Tomboys keep offending all the right people. Why is like tomboy thing is like so controversial? Like, are people actually like rewriting the meanings of words and forgetting what a tomboy is? Like, what's going on?
They're trying to erase tomboys.
No.
It's like every month
You
or
won't
every
get
other
to.
month, we see some reactionary trans activists on Twitter that are trying to erase the representation of either femboys or tomboys. We've talked about this a lot because, like I said, this happens every month or every other month. Well, this time it's tomboys. Now they're trying to erase tomboys. Hey, that character that's a tomboy, no, that's actually a trans character.
And we okay, got it. We're back to that. Femboys, like, basically, they think that just because a character is a femboy, that has to be trans representation. And just because the person is a tomboy, it has to be trans representation. I've been a tomboy my whole life. A tomboy is not, it doesn't have to be like a masculine woman. A tomboy can be a very feminine woman as well. It's more down the line of activities and personality than anything. How the person acts rather than how the person looks. Like, I have like big tits and a big ass with long hair. Not my ass. My ass doesn't have long hair. I have long hair. But I'm definitely a tomboy through and through. But I don't know. These people are kind of high.
Character. I always find this ironic because they say they're against gender norms, but like I said, these are very reactionary people perpetuating outdated, archaic stereotypes, and yet somehow they're so twisted in their thinking that they don't realize that's what they are and what they do, which makes it that much more amusing as well. And so this tweet has become discourse. It's got almost 1 million views, 13,000 likes. You know, other reactionary trans activists are liking this, but
like, bro, the reason why I don't like these freaking Twitter activists is because they actually are making normal trans people look bad. That's why I don't like these schizos.
The OP actually gets called out in the replies, but they double down, triple down, dozen down, because again, these people never have self-awareness. And so the tweet says,
wait, Lifu, you cannot say shit like that when I'm taking a drink. What, the long ass hair on my ass? Here's a potty trick. I'm upbraided.
rewatching Avatar's funny because it's literally the opposite of that meme image of, wow, I never noticed that homophobia or transphobia, etc. because I literally didn't remember there being a trans girl in the jet crew. And their evidence of this is the screenshot from Avatar saying, maybe it's because I'm not a man, I'm a girl.
Okay.
As long as I'm confident with who I am, it doesn't matter what other people think.
Yeah. No, wait, literally, that's a good advice in life.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
This very swiftly gets community noted. We can see it reads, Smeller B is not a trans character in the series Avatar The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
She is a tomboy girl with an androgynous appearance who affirms that she is a girl.
Exactly. An androgynous appearance and tomboy is not the same. It's not like you can be androgynous and not be a tomboy, and you can be, you know, a tomboy while looking androgynous. But it doesn't have to be one with another all the time. What? Also, there's a lot of men who are more feminine than women as well, and they're straight.
Yep.
Like, it kind of reminds me the whole thing, you're a boy, you have to like blue, you're a girl, you have to like pink. And that's what it looks like this fake psycho Twitter activist is trying to push.
Right.
Trying to basically put everything and everyone in a box.
Tomboy affirming she's a girl, and this person just sees, oh, that must be trans. There's even more irony here because the OP would follow this up by saying, play Hollow Knight Silk Song, watch Haikyuu, and remember that it's okay to be yourself.
What?
Existing is not a crime. Dude, you're literally the one erasing tomboys.
Yeah.
Erasing representation. Existing is not a crime, you say.
Like, I would say tomboy is more like a personality trait than anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, this person is like so full of themselves. It's like main character syndrome. They think, this person thinks, if anything ever crosses their mind, it directly applies to their life and it's about them.
As you erase other people. And you know what's even crazier? According to their own rhetoric, if you don't reaffirm their gender, they will say that you are genociding people. And it's like, okay, well, you're not reaffirming this tomboy's gender now. So according to your own
I'll have to replay this. I'm so confused. What? You shouldn't like blue because you're a boy. You should like blue because it's the best. Blue is kind of mid. It's kind of blue.
I like red.
Honey, stick to the script, okay? You like blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and blello. You like blello. Wait, is that why I
My eyes are
designed
red.
you?
Yeah.
Wait, did I design you like this because I like saying blello?
Yeah.
Moving on.
It's other people. And you know what's even crazier? According to their own rhetoric, if you don't reaffirm their gender, they will say that you are genociding people. And it's like, okay, well, you're not reaffirming this tomboy's gender now. So according to your own rhetoric, OP, you are now committing genocide. But they're not done yet. The OP then says, and just so you know, she can be a tomboy, trans, both, whatever she wants. She wants to be seen as a girl. She's a tomboy. You're the one that's like not allowing that now. You say she can be whatever she wants, and you're like, but not really, because you don't want her to be a tomboy. You want her to be trans. Then the OP says, this post is not a place to open the door for transphobia. Dude, you're literally the one hurting trans activism right now. You're making it all look horrible with your own post. Like, that's all on you. And the OP closes their post by writing, in fact, through this post, I discovered that, yes, there are trans people who identify with the character, even though she represents something else.
Bro, you can identify with whatever the fuck you want. Like, I identify myself with a freaking, 6-foot tall dude from an anime, Zoro. That doesn't mean I'm a dude. Like, you can identify yourself with whoever the fuck you want. You can identify yourself with a stick or a rock. But it doesn't mean you can rewrite, like, how the character was actually created, you know? What? For example, Zoro, okay, so he's green, right? His main colors are green. He has no directional instincts whatsoever. He's kind of dumb as frick.
Now, to be fair, he did take that from Luffy.
Being dumb as frick?
No, being directionally challenged.
He was always like that.
No, he wasn't.
Okay, anyway, and I identify myself with the character a lot. I'm not gonna sit and say here, oh, so there's this magician who turns Zoro into a man, and now a prince needs to kiss him to turn her back into a woman. Like, bruh, you can identify with a character without acting like a main character yourself. And yes, before anyone asks, Zoro is my ultimate favorite character from any anime. Besides Baki.
Yeah, I was the same way. I'm pretty sure you like Baki more.
No, I actually like Zoro more.
Interesting.
I like Zoro a lot. It's a like multi-wielding of blades and like the green and everything. Bro, I just fuck with that. Pretty cool.
James says, I'm an old guy. Back in my day, a tomboy was a girl who would climb trees with you.
Yeah, exactly. It's a personality.
Yeah, it is.
That's exactly what I was doing. Like, we had so many moments discussing on this channel how I would literally I grew up on a farm, for people who didn't know this. I would spend a lot of time on the farm, and I would always sit on top of like cherry trees, eat cherries, and throw the pits at the cows. Like, that was my life. Or like we even like recently, not recent, today on stream, talked about how growing up I would like, especially in the summers, I would leave early in the morning, come back at the evening, and never come back for lunch because I would like live off of quote unquote land. Like, I would constantly climb trees, get apples there, or like forage for like bunny cabbage and stuff like that. I never even had to go back home to eat lunch.
Leafy was eating from the land.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with how I look. It's just a personality.
Wolf says, I identify with a driver's license, as you should. And Fat says, I identify as Jason Momoa.
Good luck. Wait, since we're talking about like looking a specific way, I already posted this on YouTube page, but I will post this on Twitter tomorrow.
Art is subjective. What's not subjective is her gender. She is a tomboy. You're the one that says you can be who you want to be, but you don't stand by that. You don't want her to be who she wants to be. You're trying to alter her to fit your ideology. It's so insanely selfish. And like I already said, like you all know already as well, this is not the first time this has happened.
Yeah, it's not the first
time. This has happened
though.
so many times where...
Like, the One Piece thing is still kind of frustrating me. Like, where they were like just inserting what they believe and going against the actual creator. It's like, oh, what does he know? He only created the character, you know? And like, ever since that moment, it's like, bro, like these people really, they gotta go.
These sort of reactionary trans activists, they try to erase the representation of tomboys or femboys while simultaneously demanding that you give them representation and you reaffirm them, but they're very happy to erase others. It is a massive double standard. And then the OP's mask falls completely off right here. Check this out. Gets a response saying, LMAO, so she's a tomboy, dude. The OP says, because she drops the biggest self-affirmation of identity line from the show.
What?
Because she got called a man. But yeah, she's just a tomboy. Yeah. Just a tomboy, huh?
Okay, calling a tomboy a boy, it was like the biggest trope for decades now, especially in like Hollywood or even like Disney movies, right? Oh, a tomboy, like with her hair tucked into her cap and wearing like a loose t-shirt and jeans. Everyone thinks she's a boy, but then one day she lets her hair down, puts a dress, and all the boys who considered her their friend and one of the guys, all of a sudden they all have a crush on her now. It's been our biggest trope ever, so that has nothing to do with being trans.
Implying that this is like worse, that her being a tomboy is like lesser than being a superior trans character. No, she's just a tomboy. Like I said, at this point the mask has completely fallen off the OP. You can actually see more of their laughably terrible rhetoric right here. Check this out. First, the response says, the issues of sexuality and race in Avatar are very interesting. There's no racism or homophobia up until the Blondes comics, but I believe this scene is just about a tomboy who was just part of the boys group
Exactly.
and is reaffirming herself as a woman.
Yeah, like literally what I said. Like, it was a trope for decades now. Like, this is nothing new.
He says, it could be, and I don't think it's wrong.
If anything, maybe we should have a discussion why guys prefer a girl who is one of the boys. Maybe we should talk about that. How maybe people need to stop pushing the whole shit of men are from Mars and women are from Venus, and actually accept the fact that guys actually do want to date someone who they actually can get along with and hang out with. Maybe it would be more productive to talk about that.
To think that way, but for me, the phrase she drops afterward seems way deeper than just that, to be honest. Again, implying it's so much lesser than what they're trying to change her to. This response says, it's shocking defeminized women exist and they are constantly mistaken for men. This is misogyny. Calls the OP a misogynist. OP says, expressiveness is always going to be a problem no matter the medium. I just think it's cool how the character's speech fits into different contexts, both in terms of identity and style, even though at this time it wasn't written with that in mind. The delusions...
How old is the person who posted it? Wait, it doesn't matter either, because the media about tomboys was like well on the life and good, like even just 5 years ago. So this is like really confusing me, unless like the OP was like living in a cave for like decades.
Also, with more context, Barnacle says that Twitter username, I can't take this serious. This is either brat rage baiting or extreme pervert with issues. The username is a Brazilian slang for the P word. Translation: open P word.
I'm pretty sure we can say coochie.
Okay, well, I'm just being safe.
Okay. Also, Starwood's like, or everyone can just date boys. If everyone just dates boys, how would the girls date boys if the boys would date only boys? Darwin, is that your evil mastermind arc starting? The gay ray? The gay laser turning everyone into boys and gay?
I'll cue Starwin with the 2 ray guns. He's like, pew, 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 pew.
You get a penis and you get a penis. You all get a penis. Bro, cannot wait for someone to clip that out of context.
are crazy here, man. Literally a tomboy character. And like clearly written as a tomboy character. But OP is so delusional, they're going to say like, oh, it wasn't actually written with that in mind. Why? Because it doesn't fit your agenda? The jokes continue to write themselves. We have another response that says, why did people get so upset about the mere suggestion of the character being trans to the point of this being called misogyny? P.S. if some animal responds, it'll be ignored. A beast's
What?
place is in the corral.
If some animal responds, it'll be ignored. A beast places in the corral if all it knows how to do is what?
If all it knows how to do is moo. Yeah, so let me translate that for you. What they mean is that they are a delusional reactionary weirdo, and if you don't affirm their headcanon, they're going to block you and probably also call you a Nazi. People make a tempest in a teacup and forget, this is the OP again, by the way. People make a tempest in a teacup and forget that art is subjective. Regardless of what the character was representing at the time, her line fits into other contexts and opens up the room for other interpretations. I don't think one representation should erase the other. You're the one doing that.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before already. The point is, like, they have doubled down so many times on this, and they don't see that they're literally the one erasing other people's representation.
Because that's what they want to do, but if they don't get their way, they want to project it.
Yep.
That's literally what they're doing. Oh, we didn't get our way? Let's just blame someone else real quick.
That's what's going on here. But they don't see it as such because, again, massive ego.
Not viewing people as they as humans. Yeah, like that shit. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't care what your political standing is. The second you start saying, like, not even saying, viewing that vile bile of not seeing people as people, you disgust me.
No self-awareness, and a lot of selfishness. Those were pretty much all of the responses that the OP responded to, but let's take a look at a few more here. We got this one that says, remember, if you don't fulfill every gender stereotype, then you must be trans, apparently. Because masculine women are only ever trans women, and little children should never be taught to be comfortable in their body as it is, right? Do you even realize how sexist you're being? We got S.A. Rivera posting Ed from Bebop says, even boyish girls are still girls and want to be seen as girls. Same goes for Ed from Cowboy Bebop. Today, if a girl so much as dabbles in anything boyish, she must be transcoded.
Bro, I remember having like a friend in like school, right? Like she was in a tomboy. I was a tomboy, right? So I was hyper feminine tomboy, and she was a boyish, she was boyish, but she wanted to be seen as hyper feminine. So we were like same but different, right? And all she ever wanted was like to have a husband, settle down. But like everyone saw her more like one of the boys, always. Just because of how she looks. Even though she acted very feminine compared to me. I looked feminine, but I acted like one of the boys. Those two things, it still doesn't mean we're representing some agenda. It's just how we were as people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just kind of irks me. It just, with the way I grew up, there was like no labels on that shit. We were able to be whoever the hell we want to be. No, we didn't have to worry about labels. We didn't have to worry about people calling us like something or other, like putting these weird names on us. We were able to grow up the way we're growing up and continue forming and shaping our personalities.
It's time for this cultish obsession to end. This response simply saying, quote, trans people aren't erasing tomboys, you bigot, unquote. Yeah, so the joke here is that they are. But this is something that reactionary trans activists on Twitter and elsewhere in social media have said before. They say like, oh, this isn't really happening. And they say this not just in reference to tomboys being erased by them, but also...
It's like how I have autism and people are using it as a personality trait now, and it makes me sick. No, I get what you're talking about, yeah.
femboys being erased by them. You've probably seen both. They say, once again, oh, we're not erasing tomboys or we're not erasing femboys, and it's like, you literally are. There's so much evidence of this. At times, this even exceeds social media posts, as we saw with the manga Koisuru Otome no Sukirikata, where the localizer, the EN localizer, excuse me, of course, the EN localizer erased the femboy main character by changing that femboy main character into a trans woman.
What?
The author found out about this.
Freaking localizers. I swear to God. Maybe it's time to accept, let's just not have English dubbing.
Yeah, I think everyone should just be sub-readers at this point.
Yeah.
Force them to fix it and had 7Cs reprint the entire thing. But yeah, they'll really sit there say, this isn't actually happening. I'll take it even further real quick too. And
AI voice dub cannot come fast enough. We had AI voice dub, Amazon, but it was the most hilarious shit ever. I don't think it can be even considered AI voice dubbing. That was more like stand-up comedy.
I've mentioned this as well before, but it also goes back to egg culture, where they say, oh, we need to get that person to realize that they're trans. They'll look at a femboy or a tomboy or anyone who's like slightly breaking gender norms, and they will go to that person and say, you're actually trans, you just don't realize it yet. You
What?
are an egg who hasn't yet cracked. Let's help you crack.
Bro, like, I know you guys explained to me what cracking an egg before. I kind of forgot about it, but holy shit, every time I hear it, it makes me feel so disgusted. Also, if someone tells me that just because I'm a tomboy, that means I haven't transitioned yet, I'm gonna lose my shit. People need to stop pushing their own ideology onto other people. People need to stop pushing their own identity onto other people. Don't push identities, don't push ideologies, don't even push your preferences onto other people. Let people be people. Like, let them develop their own preferences. Stop pushing shit onto people. Like, it's so frustrating for
Starwin says this kind of hurts my soul. Bro, why can't people just let people want to be whatever the hell they want?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like remember when we were going through the whole like doing like different kind of content, and people were like, oh, you're part of woke, oh no, you're part of chud, and it's like it was like pushing and tugging from all the corners. Like, in reality, we just do our own shit. We don't want to pick an extreme band side, like campsite on either side. We just
Lifu did a test.
Bro, I literally did a test. Hold on, I'll put it. I literally did a test, literally showing that I'm literally in the middle. I don't give a fuck. I just talk about whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, it was 77 questions.
People need to stop pushing that shit onto me. Here.
And this is the result.
Yeah. So it was like the whole thing where it's like it's 77 questions to show where you're like aligning politically, right? Like Vogue, Axe Vogue, is Chud, Axe Chud, right? This is what I got.
It's right in the middle.
But can people leave me the fuck alone with that shit as well? Like, I just want to be left alone and do whatever the fuck I want.
Balance in all things. Perfect. You are a mythical unicorn.
No, just my attitude is like, I just don't give a fuck. Assuming every label can be used as an insult, I think you got the best results.
Yo, time to make infinite content.
It will never be enough. Never enough. Okay, needy baby, greedy baby. You always be the goofy ass married VTuber couple, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Perfect balance and equilibrium. I'd rather go to a mental institution than have to listen to a Twitter freak. I am becoming a Twitter freak. I've been posting a lot. No matter how in the middle you are, these weirdos will still see you as a chud. Let them. I think that more proves that they are the psychos. Whoever puts a label on me, that person is the psycho. They're kind of outing themselves now.
It'll be no matter how much you are in the middle, you're either still gonna be seen as a chud or a wokey.
So no, at this point, if someone calls me wokey, they're an idiot. If someone calls me a chud, they're an idiot. In reality, Lifu's label, don't give a fuck.